Hello guys and welcome back. In this video we are going to learn how to create a pause menu for our game. So right now our game works pretty much fine, alright, but we want to have a pause menu so that we can pause the game and we can restart the level, or we can resume it, or we can quit the game. Alright guys, so let's start doing that right now. So the first thing that we want to do is to go to the rollball folder and then go to the blueprints folder, and in here we want to create a UI for our pause menu. All right, right click in here and then select the user interface and then select widget blueprint, and we want to call this what should we call it? Pause UI. All right, pause UI. Yeah, that will be fine. Open it up and let's see what we should do with it. All right, take it to here and let's create and design our pause menu. All right, so first of all what we want to do is to grab a border and then put it in here. All right, we want to grab a border in the center of our UI. So let's put the anchor in the center. That will be much better. Select the anchors and then put it into the center, and make sure that these things are all set to the default size. All right, and the alignment, right now you can see that our our border is a little bit to the right side and a little bit to the down. But if we do it like this, if we select the border and then in the alignment put 0.5 on the x-axis and 0.5 on the y-axis, it's gonna be in the center of our UI. Right now you can see that it's in the center of our UI. So what we want to do is just make the size X and the size Y a little bit bigger. So what should we use? Maybe in the X we want 500 and in the Y 300. Yeah, that could work. All right, that is not bad. And after that what we want to do is in the content color we want to select it and then just put a color into it. Oh, actually no, not that one. In the brush color, yeah, in the appearance, not in the content. In the appearance, in the brush color, we want to select it and then just make it, all right, let it be like this. And also we can turn down the alpha if we want to. Yeah, I think this is good. All right, so select that, and after that we have got 3 buttons that we want to add. All right, so grab a button and then put it in here. Do not put it into the border right away, just put it in here and then grab it, take it to here, and make sure that the anchor of the button is in the center as well. All right, just put it in the center and put the button in here. All right, it's just fine. All right, and after that what we want to do is grab a text and then put it into the button. All right, so that we can have a button that has some text in it. All right, and by selecting the button, make sure to hit size to content, so that whenever we write anything in the text, all right, whenever we write anything, the button will grow with the size of the of the text. All right, so let me show it to you. So if I select the text and then in the text block if I type G, right, you can see that the button will be smaller because the size is smaller. All right, so what we want to type is resume, right? And all right, by selecting the button, put it in here. Okay, that is just fine. We can put it a little bit to that side, but that is fine. And by selecting the button, make sure to rename the button to resume BT. All right, for button, resume BT. And by selecting the button in here, all right, make sure to press Control and W on your keyboard. All right, so that it will make a duplicate of the resume. So if I select the resume again, right, because we need 3 buttons, if I select the resume and then click Control and W on my keyboard, it's gonna make 2 copies of it. All right, so select the second one and then bring it a little bit to, let me do that again. All right, yeah, select that one and then put it into here. All right, I know that I deleted the other one, it's just fine. All right, and then in the text what we want to type is to quit game, right? Or we can type restart level in the second one. Yeah, restart level. All right, and then put it, make sure to select the button and then put it into the middle. All right, and by selecting the restart button, hit Control W and then select the third one and then put it in here, and then make sure that its name is quit game, or we can just type quit. All right, and maybe quit game is much better. Yeah, quit game will be a little bit bigger so that we can see it easier, and we can also select the texts in them. All right, let me rename that one to quit bt. All right, and the other one to restart bt. All right, and select the quit game text in here, and we can change the color. Let me change the color to be yeah, a red like this will be fine. And for the resume, we can use a green, or we can even use, yeah, I think, yeah, we can use a yellow color like this. So our menu UI will be like this. All right, we can also grab a text and then put it in here that says pause menu, but that is just fine. All right, just hit compile and then hit save. And you can also, drag and put other things to make it a little bit nicer. You can make texts in here and type your name in it, type a pause menu, type whatever you want. I'm just gonna go with this because it looks simple and fine for me. All right, so hit compile and save, don't forget, and then get out. All right, so we created the pause UI, but in order to put it into the screen, what we want to do is to have a button that pauses the game and unpauses the game. All right, so we want to have a button that is set to the pausing game function. All right, so go to edit and then go to project settings. All right, and down here in the input section, and in here in the action mapping, remember we don't want to add an access mapping, we want to add an action mapping, and then the action mapping should be called pause bt. All right, just something like that. Right, pause bt. And for the action, what keyboard key should we use? We can use the escape key, it's up to you, but I'm gonna go with P, because if I go with the escape key, it's gonna get out of the game in the viewport of Unreal Engine, and I don't want to use that. All right, so I'm just gonna go with the P value, so that whenever we hit P on our keyboard, it's gonna pause the game. All right, so click that one to go, and after that, what we want to do right now, if I hit play and then hit P on my keyboard, nothing happens because we did not write the codes for it. So let's go and write the codes for pausing the game. All right, so where do we want to put the pausing functions into? We could create another blueprint for it, and also we can put it in the BP ball mode. We can also put it in the BP ball pound. It depends on you, but I think the best place is the BP ball pound. You know why? Because whenever I hit play, all right, and then if I die, all right, I don't want to be able to pause the game right here, right? We want to only be able to pause the game in here, but whenever we die, for the 2 seconds that we wait, we don't want to be able to pause the game right there. Okay, whenever the game comes back, I want it to be able to be paused at that time only. All right, so hit escape and then let's go to the BP ball pound and add that function. All right, so in the BP ball pound, make sure to go to the event graph. Let me just, all right, yeah, close those. And where should we put it? We can put it up in here. All right, in the BP ball pound, just right click and then type input pause bt. All right, that one, pause bt. We want to take it to here and then say whenever it's pressed, we want to create widget. All right, we want to create a widget. Which widget do we want to create? Is the pause UI. All right, and then we want to add it to the viewport. Right, so add it to the viewport, and then the owning player, right, is the get player controller, right, so that it will give it to us. The control will be given to us. And you see that whenever we press that button, we created a UI and then we added it to the viewport. But actually, if we click that little arrow, we can see that there's a Z order. And if you remember, what the Z order does is it's gonna bring something up front or behind another thing. All right, so whenever we play the game right now, all right, you can see that we have our own UI, but we want to, whenever we press the P button, whenever our UI, our pause menu comes up, we want it to come up front these things. All right, we don't want it to go behind, we want it to come up front. So what we want to do is to stop it and then go to the BP ball pound again, and in the Z order make sure to type 1. All right, so it will come up. All right, and after that, what we want to do, there is a node in Unreal Engine which is called set game paused. So type that, set game paused. All right, you can see that the set game paused is in here. If I click that paused, all right, if it is checked, that means that the game will be paused. All right, so that the game will stop and everything will stop running. So let's see how it works. Hit compile and then hit save, go to the play, and right now if I hit play, you can see that this will come to the screen. We've got our resume, restart, and quit game. Right now they are a little bit small, but I don't care, we can make them bigger whenever we want. All right, but you can see that I don't have my mouse cursor in the viewport, so I cannot select anything. So let's go ahead and solve that problem. Hit escape. Let me go to the BP ball pound. In here, what we want to do after we set the game paused, we want to grab this node and then type show mouse cursor. All right, oh okay, again it's not gonna show it to us because it's not that's very related to this blueprint. So what we want to do is to select that context sensitive, right? Again, I mean deselect it, all right, and then type show mouse cursor, right? Set show mouse cursor. We want to set it, okay? Set the show mouse cursor and then make sure that the mouse cursor is ticked, all right, because we want it to be visible, all right? And the target is gonna be a player. So which player's mouse cursor will be displayed is the get player controller, right? Let me select that context sensitive, that will be much easier to find. Yeah, get player controller, and then that should be it. Let's see if that works. If I hit P, everything stops and we've got our buttons. Right now they don't do any functions they don't do anything actually, but we want to make sure that they do the things right in the next video. All right guys, this was it for the video, and in the next video we want to make sure that these buttons will work just fine. All right, love you guys, keep learning, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.